wanted to pull it back?
I think they are, though.
Okay.
Just asking.
Yeah.
You like your camera angle, man?
Do I like it?
You look good?
I think I look pretty good, yeah.
I think you look good.
Why can you adjust it?
Yeah, we can adjust it as much as needed.
Yeah, the white balance is good.
I mean, does it match hers? It probably does.
I'll sit for your reference.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it.
Sweet.
Alright. I'm gonna leave you guys in. Do you need water, coffee?
I'm good. I got coffee. Yeah, thanks,
Yes, sir.
man. Thank you.
Perfect. I'm gonna be doing
some stuff. Awesome. What this is a cool setup, man. What a great
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you what do you do?
I'm a studio assistant. I
Okay.
just literally help with anything that needs help
Okay.
with.
Did you go to film school or did you
I'm right now I'm in school, but I'm a semester off to work here.
Okay.
So-
Where are you going?
I'm at Northeastern up in Boston.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. I'm
Boston's such a
music
great
tech.
town. Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
pretty related to the all the
Yeah.
recording stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm loving it.
That's
It's
cool.
So cool here.
Boston's such a great town. I did I was there for like, I guess 3 months, I think, on a movie and had such a great time.
That's so sweet.
Dude, I was living on, what is that street, that runs right through Little Italy, right through the Italian part of Boston, the North End, Hanover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know Hanover?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy
Sweet.
times. Yeah.
Great place. I mean,
Yeah.
Boston's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I could move there.
I could too, honestly, but hard to beat this weather, though.
Are
Yeah.
you engineering?
I am.
You are? Okay,
I'll
cool.
be doing some camera switching. We're actually live.
Oh, amazing.
But you can easily cut it off.
I don't literally I cut nothing out. I was telling him that.
Nothing?
No.
Not the front even?
None of it.
Oh,
I like
okay,
the
okay.
organicness of it. Like so watch what you say.
Uh-oh. Sure.
So when
Just let
you
me know
cut
when you're ready to start as well.
I forgot my tea.
Do you have your coffee, everything?
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
set.
want?
I'm set. Thanks,
Sweet.
man.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
I'll be out of sight, out of mind. I mean, I will be very much in sight, but
Yeah.
not of the cameras.
Right.
Perfect.
I was saying to them like in the last
Yes.
ones they were cutting really close to here and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like
Let's
if we
see. What do we got on you? How's this?
That's good. Yeah, this is good.
Ready
It
to
was
cut?
like over here and then I was like
Yeah.
maybe not.
When did you do your last one?
Oh, it's been a few weeks. I was in Europe.
Okay.
But it wasn't like it was. I think it was a guy that was still like
Got it.
learning. He was wonderful. Though I feel like I'm like shit. What if he watches this and like I love you? You were wonderful.
Oh wow.
Hi, Max Martini.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. Are we recording right
We're
now?
on now. Yeah.
Are we
welcome
on?
to
We're live. Oh my.
welcome to
God.
A Cunt's Guide to Peace. Did you know that that's the name of
What
my
is it called?
A Cunt's Guide to Peace?
Stop. Is it
True.
really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Me being that no, I'm kidding. I'm not. But it comes from like people always being assigned that derogatory name just because I think I had boundaries and I didn't appreciate. I guess people didn't appreciate that at the
Yeah.
time, and so you get like the resort.
It's not derogatory everywhere, is it?
No, it's actually a term of endearment,
Endearment,
in
right?
England. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Maybe the Aussies. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess it's a way for me to take agency back over the word. So, the cunt that's out for peace. Okay, so I guess first we should tell people how we know each other. And the cool thing is the other times that I've been fortunate enough to have guests here, I've met them all at Gold's Gym. You go to Gold's Gym too.
Yeah.
But that's not really... I don't think you remember when we first met, but I think I told you when I saw you at Gold's. I'm like, do you remember me? And I think you were like, oh, maybe kind of like you. I think you were trying to be polite. I don't think you remembered me at all.
No, you seem familiar, but Well, you tell the story. We have a mutual friend.
We have a mutual friend.
Yeah.
It's my somebody I dated probably 15 years ago. This is a long time ago. So, his name is Holt McCallum. He's a great actor. And if he has a girl now, I promise, it's long, long ago.
You're okay with it.
You're fine. We're all fine. No, he's wonderful. He's a wonderful person. And I think when we came, I don't know if he was shooting something or if he was like just spending time here, because he used to spend a lot of time here. And I think we met you at somewhere in that time.
Out.
Yeah. And I remembered you from that, but also worth mentioning is you're the actor behind one of my favorite, most toxic characters.
Right.
His name is Mac. God, I love him. I do, from the unit.
Yeah, I love him too. It was such a great, it was a great show and a great part.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you were amazing in that role. And what's kind of interesting, I don't know if it's like this with most actors, but you're in a good way. I mean this. You're nothing like him. You're actually so kind and chill. He's kind too. He was just complicated.
He was coming from a good place, but he was very tormented, and which made the character rich.
Yeah.
And in a highly dysfunctional relationship, and coming home from missions and combat, which as we all know, like veterans have trouble reintegrating into society after combat, and I think that not having those enough time to decompress and rewire before you go back in is a tough one. So there was a lot to play.
How'd you go about doing that? Like, to me, you just seem so, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their own struggles, but like, you're just so kind and regulated to women, and you're such a gentleman. And I think he didn't come off that way, even with a kind heart. He was definitely a rough dude. So how did you like find those nuances to?
Oh my God. I mean, you have to find, you have to have done a lot of self-discovery. And then you find moments in your life that are as relatable as possible. Right. So if he's an angry guy, it's those times that make you the angriest, where someone like me would sit on that and try to work my way through it before I react too soon. But with Mac, it was more just letting the live wires be live wires, and rolling with it. But it was a David Mamet show, for anyone that doesn't know. And
it was amazing, by the way.
Yeah. And
his spouse at the time was on the show too, wasn't she?
She was on the show, yeah. Rebecca Pidgeon, yeah.
Such a good actress. Her
great
part,
actress, yeah.
Her character was something else.
Yeah.
That was you loved to hate her.
Yeah.
I don't know if you unit fans remember that.
Yeah.
I know it like the back of my hand. I was obsessed with that show.
Yeah, she had a great part. And my character was being sent away on missions. This is the storyline.
Yeah.
So that the colonel could sleep with my wife.
I'm sorry. It's so bad. Yes.
So
true. It's so bad that happened.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were all the missions necessary? Who knows? But yes,
imagine,
he was
like
having a hell of a time while I was saving the world.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, meant utter chaos when Mac eventually finds out. But I'll let you guys watch it if people haven't.
He takes a beating.
Yeah. And there's like a code when that sort of thing happens.
It's a great episode. It's my favorite episode. It's probably my favorite thing I've ever done.
Did you feel like defensive for Mac? Like you just wanted things to did you feel like he was being unfair?
I got to tell you, me as an actor, I was so excited to get to that moment in the story. I had waited 4 years to get to that moment. And then to be working opposite Robert Patrick, who's subsequently become a really good friend of mine.
Yeah, you guys go biking together, don't you?
We do ride motorcycles.
I see their
together.
stories all the time. I'm like, oh, the unit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But he's phenomenal, and so I got to bring closure to that whole story, and with this amazing actor, and he and I work really well together. So.
And you kind of like you're both these ruggedy
We're rugged guys. Thankfully we're not the same age because I feel like we'd be competing. Now on the other hand, Holt and I used to compete a lot together, or our mutual friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say?
Now they know. We can't cut it out, right?
No. We won't.
God,
why
what have I
would
done?
we cut it out? He'll be happy we mention it.
He will? Okay.
I don't know. I would think so.
I think he would.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
It's the truth. No, you once left me a voice because this is. Listen, Max is
Max,
such an amazing actor.
It's Holt. It's
he left me a
hey,
message
buddy,
sounding like my ex. It was psychotic. I
do an uncanny impersonation of him. It's pretty good.
My jaw was on the floor. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, they sound exactly alike. Well, I guess when you do those modifications, you sound very much alike. And then I can see why you got on so well with your colleague or in the unit, because you see them going biking across country a lot. And that's
We're the same guy. We're literally the same guy. This is why my wife was probably sleeping with him, because I was gone.
She's like, close enough.
Yeah, no, we really are truly. We have so much in common.
Yeah.
We're both dads. We're both bikers. We're actors that play the similar characters, I think. And,
yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
So the unit, I watched it in a time in my life where I was, I think, not realizing that I was getting in a pretty destructive pattern. Mm-hmm. So I remember it very fondly, but also it's a good, it's one of the few things that kind of helps me remember when I do all these step work now with my sponsor and all these things. It was so very lonely to be in such a chaotic state of mind. Within myself. And I used to just feel such a comfort watching these shows.
Characters that were worse off than you?
I don't know if it was that. I just thought, first of all, it's such a well-written show. Yeah. And every episode was and I love that. I love storytelling. Yeah. I genuinely love storytelling. Yeah. I love good movies. I go to plays. I go to the opera, to the ballet. I'm that person. Yeah. I love any kind of, show that's good. Yeah. And so I think because it was a hard time for me before I fully understood that I was going in a not great direction, that those are one of the few things that just gave me a lot of comfort. And I got very attached to, I got attached to Mac for that reason too, because he was so misunderstood for the most part. And like you said, he had a really good heart, but very explosive. And I'm a rageaholic. I'm somebody who's had to work her way through that a lot. And I think maybe you're right. Maybe I did enjoy watching somebody who was worse off than me. But
what's funny is that we did a couple trips to the Middle East. Mm-hmm. We went with some special forces guys and went to Afghanistan and went to Iraq and Afghanistan the second time or the first time. Mm-hmm. But my character was so popular, because I think that the things that he was acting on, are things that his issues we all potentially have, right? I mean, it really is. It's like you have moral boundaries, you have parameters that you set for yourself in life, right? Guidelines, ethical guidelines. What's interesting is watching somebody that throws them all away and acts on it. Yeah. Because we all do want to
have
at points and have those thoughts or have those impulses and and want to act on them at times in our life, And
but he does.
And I do, and by the way, I have them in a big way. And Max Martini really has to sit on them, and occasionally I slip. There's a great, this is such a crazy story. Am I going to tell it? I guess so.
Yes. You cannot almost.
No, it's a road rage story. I'm not proud of it.
I'll share mine if you
really?
share
Okay.
yours. Okay.
All right. So I'm driving to Gold's, mm-hmm. and I'm driving down Rose, and I got my dog in the car in the back, And I've had a fucking horrible day.
Yeah.
Like, horrible. So I pull up to a stop sign. This has a good ending. But I pull up to a stop sign, and this guy comes screaming up behind me and lays on his horn, right?
Okay.
And it's so long that I finally just sit there, and I'm looking at him in the rearview mirror, and he's just like fuming, and he's on his horn. So I pull up to the, it's a whole row, it's I don't know how many blocks of stop signs, right? So I go to the next stop sign, same thing, right? And I get out of the car. And I go up to his window, and I'm good now. Like, I've had a bad day. My meters, I'm in red. I'm in the red. I'm in the red. And I'm like, and I look at this guy, and I'm like, some people here will get out of their car.
Yeah.
Right. Like, are you? This is L.A.
Yeah.
Right?
What are we doing?
And
here?
we exchanged some really awful words. Unpleasant words. And
like what, Max? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay.
Matt Gerhardt comes out of me, and he spits on this guy's windshield as I walk away. This is something that I would never do. Like, I was so fucking mad. So I get in my car, and I drive, and then I turn left, and I'm heading to my place. Mm-hmm. And I see him turn left behind me. And so I stop. I'm like, this guy.
Yeah.
And I stop, and he pulls up next to me, and he goes, hey, what kind of dog is that?
What?
And I was like, what? I go, why don't you, like, F off?
Yeah.
He goes, what kind of dog is that? I said, it's a pit bull.
I love this. You're so taken aback by that.
Anyway, I, tell him where to go, and I scream off, and I go down to my place. I park, get my gym clothes on. I'm going to go take it off.
You're going to rage lift now.
I'm going to take it out on some weights. Today I get huge.
Yeah.
And so I'm in Gold's Gym, and I'm at the dumbbells.
Okay.
And I grab these two dumbbells, these 40s, and I'm doing biceps, and I'm like just killing it. And I look in the mirror.
Stop.
And
he's
I'm
in
like,
there.
are you fucking kidding me?
He's not in there.
He's right there, and I'm staring at him.
I'm crying.
And he's staring at me. And
God, I'm
he's
so invested.
He's a member of the gym. So I put the weights down, and I walk up to him, and simultaneously we both apologize.
Oh, the power of Mecca.
The Mecca. And
which is what we call Gold's Gym in Venice.
I go,
FYI.
buddy, listen, I was having a hard day too. I shouldn't have he goes, man, I came up on you. I overreacted. Yeah, we hug it out.
Stop.
At the dumbbells. He asked me if he could spit on my car just to make it even. I said, sure. And
too far. Y'all
so
don't have to do all that.
And then he goes, what do you do? I go, I'm an actor. He goes, oh, I'm a writer. I get no.
Don't tell me you work together. I'm gonna cry.
So we started developing a comedy together. I know this is such an amazing Hollywood story.
This doesn't happen with anyone I fight with. I get served. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna introduce you to this guy.
Wait, will you actually?
Yes, so we can put you in the show.
Well,
see how it comes full circle?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. All right. Wow. That is
and you
not...
can work behind the camera.
This is we're all getting work.
Isn't that hilarious?
No, that's crazy.
I know.
How often does that happen?
I know.
But just like a side note, I feel like that in Gold's, it's very rare that like a beef stays beef. Like there's something everyone has like a common interest of. We're going to
like the
preserve
cheers
that.
of the fitness community, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name. Everybody, we all.
Yeah, you're like, let's not.
We
don't need to do this here. Yeah.
Make it
Wow. Yeah. So my rage story and the reason that I don't drive.
Yeah.
Is that when I was this is Sweden, picture it. I'm 17 and I'm getting what do you say, learner's permit?
Learner's permit.
Yeah, so I have like someone in the car that's it's my mom actually, not someone, it's my mom. Yeah. So she has to be there when I'm driving. So we're on the highway and this guy like swerves towards me, causing me to like, I have to essentially cuts me off. I actually black out so quickly that I stop the car in the highway. I stop the car and I'm like, I'm going to go fight him. My mom's like, No,
As you do.
Yeah, as one does. My mom was like, my child, this is the highway. We don't do that. I was like, no, we do.
Oh my God.
And the like domino effect of that.
Is this in the middle of which freeway?
This is Sweden.
Oh, it's Sweden.
Yeah, I'm in Sweden.
Okay, so you're not on the 405.
No, but I would have. Like in my head, that makes sense. When I'm angry, I'm like, no, we're all gonna feel it. And it caused such an effect. Like literally, people were so pissed off because you go so fast. Like on a highway, you know, there's. In my head, it made complete sense, and it's one of the times I can remember not like the logical part of my brain completely switching off. Mm-hmm. All I wanted was the fight. Mm-hmm. Like all I want is to fight you. Yeah. And after this, it was a whole, thing, and we switched sides, and she was like, "Shut the fuck up, you sociopath!" And she got in the front, and she drove us home. And then she was like, "You shouldn't drive." And I tell this as a ha-ha thing.
Period. Like, right, you should not be on the road.
You should not be driving. And I tell it like a ha-ha story because it is you can deliver it as a ha-ha story, but it's one of the things I really did listen. I absolutely listened because there was an immediate example of me completely vacating my mind in that moment. There's nothing. Had I gotten a hold of the person, one of us would have. I wanted to.
Someone was gonna die.
100%. 100%. If I have to break my hands and feet to kill you, I'm going to do that. Like I'm all in. Are you? Yeah. Like so that that's when I realized that it wasn't a normal response. So
did you have was there a voice in your head that said, "Don't do this"?
No.
That you chose to ignore. There was no warning, so there was no internal, no flag.
No, at that age, which like now when I talk about my alcoholism or my addiction and all that stuff, I always say I started drinking at 23, but the addiction, the lack of impulse control far precedes that. Like my.
So even as a drinker, you weren't hearing, like when you knew and recognized your problem. Was there a voice that every time you picked up a glass, you said, "This is a mistake"?
I shouldn't do it? Yeah. I can remember times where that happened, but like the reason that I brought up the rage thing is because most of the time the drinking was so I wouldn't get so angry. I wanted to just not get angry. Yeah. I wanted to not get angry, not get so irritated. Like at airports, which is a high stress environment for anybody, I would say. But for me, especially for me, I perceive it as a very hectic environment. And everyone's traveling. You don't know what part of their journey they're on. And then the stewardess, who knows what kind of day they've had. And either way, like nobody's having a hoot traveling. You can definitely, you can say that for sure. So with my crowd anxiety, everything like that, there was never a time, even as a kid, like before the car incident, I happened to have a weapon available then, which is what the car is, right? Right. But before that, I tormented everybody in my life. Everybody, like my friends were my friends, absolutely. But I was definitely like, oh, watch out. Don't say this or don't do that. I'm not going to say necessarily because they were like afraid of me ruining a moment, afraid of me just like being problematic. And maybe some were afraid. I don't know. But I just mean to say I'm not trying to romanticize that. Ooh, I was so bad. I would never do that.
So you drank to control that.
Yeah. When I got older, yes. And then it became more about that, primarily about that, but then anything else, to not be upset about something or whatever. Then it became a stress response. Like the more you do something, it's a habit, isn't it? Eventually you form a habit. But the reason it started was to control that rage that I would unleash. Because once I was there, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. So I think, going back to like your character, maybe they made me feel less alone, because if it was very strange and nobody would believe me. That's the worst part too. When I would tell them, hey, I don't know what, in whatever context, like you can come up that I get, I can get very upset, and you get like, oh, but you seem so sweet. And I was like, I wish I was. I'd like to be, and then there's, nobody would believe it, and then when they would see it, they would be mortified, and that was horrible. So the inevitable rejection of being put in positions that you're saying, hey, please don't put me in this position, I don't respond well.
Yeah.
I don't have the tools. I mean, now I say that, now that I've gone through all of those things and I've learned to put up boundaries and get called a cunt as a result. Thanks, everybody. But really and truly, all I'd like is some peace. Thank you. But yeah, now that I know that, now there is a voice, but that voice didn't get to live at all. If there was a voice, I didn't hear it. There's not enough time between.
I was thinking while you were talking, I was thinking about what, where he because he wasn't a drinker. He got drunk, but he wasn't like
he didn't
somebody
seem like,
that was always on the bottle. But I think
he was a rageaholic, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think his happy place was in combat. To be honest with you,
because he got to let it out. Me too. I would have been happy in combat, Max.
Right, exactly. That's so funny.
Me too. The fuck.
Yeah. There's a lot of soldiers that talk about the hunt, hunting somebody that's wanted, and how much they because we're hunters, right? You get deep down. I mean, that's kind of who we are. We're designed to, and. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I mean, we're going to stray towards something else here, but that's also kind of cool about these conversations. So I think am I criticizing the military? I think when they, much like characters like Mac, like it's a useful trait to get so incredibly blindingly angry that you can just level control the whole situation, because he could do that. He was incredibly dominant as a character, but he was obviously in his private life he was kind of those same traits were very problematic, but in combat there were, you know what I mean, you could count if you had Mac on your team. Like, you're good. Do you know what I mean? Because he's just so aggressive and he's so on point. He knows what he's doing. All those things where, you're not going to hurt anybody in my team, those are fantastic there. Because you get to fight very aggressively to anyone who's threatening that. It's very black and white. But then in private life, that doesn't really work. There are nuances to things. You have to talk things out. You can't just I disagree. I'm going to blow your head off.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're not wired to go out and kill people. We're not. It's not.
Is it an unnatural instinct?
I think it's totally unnatural. I mean, I
don't think so. I think I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I think that it's a very natural instinct that's getting. I don't know if perverted is the right word, which is why I was saying. Am I criticizing the military? I don't know. I mean, you have to find people that are lean into that impulse. But when somebody says I can never kill, I think they're just so hilarious. I'm like, you just need the right circumstances.
I think everyone can kill. Look,
yes.
I mean, I mean,
you just need.
I can tell you being a parent, right?
Okay.
If somebody broke into my house, wrong house.
Right.
Wrong house.
See? So you wouldn't go around saying I would never kill anybody.
No. In situations, but what I'm saying is that you're not wired. If you're coming after my children, I'm going to protect my kids.
Of course.
If you're coming after a loved one, if you're coming after me, I'm going to protect myself.
Sure.
But we're not wired to without that circumstance or situation to go out on orders, right? On someone else's orders, on orders that come from the top. To take somebody's life. I don't think so. I think that you... So
by that logic, then
that's where PTS
that structure
comes from, I think.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
I think so, too. I think some people are wired to do that more than others.
I think some people are... it's a complicated.
I know, but I love that we're talking. I love these kind of conversations. If you don't mind it, I think it's very interesting.
So it would go. It's I guess you got to ask the question: why are you serving?
You could start there, but okay. Yes.
So because I said I would protect my family. Right?
Yeah, those are the.
So are you serving because you genuinely want to protect this country? Is that your family? Or are you serving because you were a high school dropout and there was nothing left
There's a
for
lot of that.
you, and you were recruited from a strip mall,
Yeah.
and the military gave you an education, but you weren't prepared to take someone's life in defense of
Which
your
comes into play when you do.
freedom, right?
When you do finally take a life
Right.
or
And
multiple
so
lives.
when you have to,
Yeah.
because this is what you're doing in exchange for your education, then
Correct.
then you know,
And now you're in that jury,
dealing,
and now you're like,
dealing with therapy and such.
PTSD. You're right. So you're okay. So the person that is in it for the right, quote unquote, right reasons, being that they identify the country as a whole as their family. So any threat to that family can and will be eliminated, and that's fine. Like you might feel some kind of remorse that I wish I hadn't come to that, but past that, you'd probably be okay after a while. Because
Are you asking me?
No, I'm kind of just repeating back what we said, so that would make sense. But for the people that didn't get into it for those reasons, and they're having to commit absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like it's an unnecessary evil, right? I mean, anyone that says we don't need a military, I would argue.
No, we need a military.
No, I'm not saying you said, but I'm just saying there are people that said would love to get rid of the military, but Russia just invaded the Ukraine,
right? It's
right?
not the real world.
So, exactly. So we need a presence of a military at minimum to keep bad people at bay.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
So to sort of abruptly shift, but that's fun to do. I was talking to a friend that I had interviewed here the other day, and we were talking about kind of a similar thing, but maybe in a smaller scale. So the need for men to show the presence in the lives of the women that need to, other men need to know that there are men protecting these women, right? I believe in that. I think it's an important thing. So when in the back and forth with like feminism and independence and all these things, that I think third wave feminism is like psychotic. I don't know what that is. I don't agree with it. I think I'm very independent. I love that. But I love when the men in my life, and there are very few that I would claim as these kind of men, because to me, the men in my life, the friends,
stand up and protect you.
You have to be ready. Like I'm not problematic in the sense that I'm not one to throw myself in these situations where I'm constantly in trouble. So I too, out of respect for myself and people in my life, make sure that I walk a pretty decent path myself. But even so, I could be as careful as I'd like, and there's still, dangers that I face as a woman in the world. I think it's fantastic. I mean, I don't know why the military talk triggered this in me, but that's kind of the same thing to me, like where you have to show force. You have to show that. I hate when friends in my life have problem with that. If you have men in your life, brothers and really close male friends, let them show their teeth to the other men in your life, please. It's important for people that approach you in your life. Let them know it's a problem if something happened to you. They should know that you are protected. They should know. They should know that this isn't someone I can just harm and walk away from. These are important things. So I think it's kind of a big jump from military, but I mean, but also not. Like, you have to show force. You have to show that it's not going to be an easy thing if you're just going to try to come and offend. Like, there's pushback, there's protection here. There's strategic operations ready to go. But yeah, I've had those thoughts about like that kind of, those kind of. I'm having trouble with this mic, but maybe it's charming for people to see me trying to. Yeah, you can get in. This is fun.
Oh wow, we've broken the fourth wall.
Yeah,
now
this is
we
our
know
engineer. You have to introduce yourself.
I'm Sam.
Sam should pull up a chair.
Sam, how are you today?
I don't know how this will show up on audio, but I'm doing great.
Great.
I'm enjoying listening to it.
Was I too low?
No.
No.
It's very manly, Max.
It's very manly.
Yeah.
This is that. You remember that scene in Big? What was the movie where the whole scene was like him and the lamp was right in front of him?
No, I have to know.
No,
I don't know, but I have to know.
It's not too high. Okay.
What, the mic?
Yeah.
Lower it.
Are we good?
Lower it.
Right there. Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
So wait, we went from
It's
military
almost
to men
like I've
protecting
done
women
this
to what
before.
else? What else? What else should we tackle today?
What should we talk about?
Yeah, what should we tackle more?
Your
new movie.
What do you normally talk about?
Honestly, this is what I like about it. So
it's a free for all.
yes,
Okay.
and the thing is because so the podcast is born from. It was meant to originally support the book that I wrote. I wrote a book.
Okay.
In my sobriety, and it was supposed to be. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
If you have time, you're busy. He's always filming something. You were supposed to take me shooting, by the way.
It's still on the
And
table.
pancakes.
Pancakes we've done, but we could do them again.
No, you owe me.
More? Oh boy. Okay.
He tried me too much, so I'm
okay.
gonna pull up.
All right, I'll take you for pancakes.
Yes, we were supposed to go for pancakes and go shooting. Love to shoot.
We have to shoot.
Please.
Yeah.
Remember me.
Yeah.
I'll text you.
This is.
It's on camera now.
Yeah, the training that I've gotten, it being in this business, is just ridiculous. So fun.
Let's go
Yeah. We'll go. We'll do it. We'll clear rooms. We'll shoot moving targets. I love
Yes. Okay. No. It is a free format. I like that it's just a chat amongst friends, and it was supposed to be the podcast was developed for the book that I wrote, and initially I was supposed to release the book and then do a podcast, but then they were like, you have to grow an audience first, and then so it's not really journalism because I'm not trying to pick apart anybody that's sitting here.
Yeah.
I think I just want to. I'm kind of just learning how to talk to people. I think you've seen examples of my social anxiety.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he will be at the gym. If someone else is standing there, and I think you thought at first it was kind of weird, I'd text you later and be like, hey, sorry, I got anxious. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
He's like, are you good? I was like, I'm fine. It's just there were two people instead of one.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I would I would be like, hey, Max. And then be like, hi to the person. Then I'm like, do I make small talk now? Like, what do I say?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to I'm just learning how to talk to people again. And I think there was so much drinking involved in every aspect of my life.
So let me ask you this.
That's what this is.
What do you want your audience, like what's the takeaway for your listeners?
I think that this is first for people to for me to be comfortable with how scatterbrained I am. I'm very scatterbrained. I like to, as you saw, our conversation just hops around and not feel like it's weird. I want people who listen to that because the book is about that too. Me just accepting how my brain is now.
How your brain works.
Because it's been altered quite a bit. I don't mean brain damage, but you do alter your brain. If you drink a lot, if you use a lot of drugs, you alter your brain a little bit and it becomes maybe hard to focus. Who knows? It might be the damage that you experience from that isn't always those severe ones that we see.
Well, here's what I can tell you. What I can add to that is that in my so many years that I've been on this earth, I've noticed.
He's a zaddy. You're zaddy level.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at how my brain works.
Yeah.
Like, I've never not been amazed at, like, I'll make decisions and go, wow, what the fuck were you thinking? You know what I mean? Like, and, and I mentioned it, but for me, there's generally warnings. Like, I do have a voice in the back of my head that's like, probably not a good idea. Yeah. And then I really ignore it most of the time. But yeah.
I'm sure we all do.
But it's also like reactions to things, It's like death for me is a really complicated
I remember with Doug's
subject and thing to deal with, that I've actually just kind of come to terms with. I'm getting better.
Good.
No, I mean, it's just because it's one of the things that inevitably, right, we're going to lose people.
Well,
we're going to die,
our own
and
mortality, which is a mind fuck too.
It's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
It's a mind fuck, and I used to have a really hard time dealing with death. Like, from a kid, I remember losing my grandparents, and my cousin and I went out and got wasted before the funeral because we didn't know. We thought that's what you did.
Yeah.
And
it does help. Like the truth
I mean, I
is
guess
there
it does,
is relief.
but
Briefly,
there's like,
relief in drinking.
Here's the thing: is that there's always the guilt that's associated later in life when you're like, fuck, I
could have been present.
I could have been present.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So there's that, right?
I have to tell you that
Yeah.
I'm really, since you brought it up,
Yeah.
there was somebody in our gym that passed.
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah,
And I
I knew
remember you. I know we went together. Remember, it was
Yeah,
me, you, and
yeah.
a couple of other people. And you, I did see that you had a pretty intense like response to it at the time, and I just wanted to give you kudos because you came back. You were like, I'm not gonna go. I think you said, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
This is really hard for me. I'm not gonna go.
That's generally my reaction.
Yeah, but then you're like, you know what, I am gonna go, and that stuff is really hard to do when you have such an intense response to something. And I wasn't gonna press the issue, but I could tell that it was a really hard time. And so when you went ahead and like successfully overrode that impulse, I thought
That's
that
one
was
of my little victories.
oh my God, huge! Are you kidding?
And but here's the thing: is like, you know, I only knew him from the gym, right? This is
Same.
not somebody that I grew up
Same.
with. It's not somebody that like
Yeah.
I was really emotionally
There was
attached
so much mourning.
to.
There was everybody
but
was sad.
It was so beautiful to see
Yeah.
everybody together and to listen
And
to
Robert F. Kennedy spoke.
Kennedy speaking.
Yeah, he spoke at the memorial.
Was just mind blowing.
I know, and he's sober as well.
Yes.
and so that was huge. And
Oh my God.
I spoke. I think a couple of other people spoke as well that were in the program, and it was good. It was. I mean,
It was amazing.
It was an incredibly tragic thing, of course,
Yeah.
but it brought that community closer together, and
Yeah.
I was just stoked that you made it there because I could tell it was really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the podcast. I'm getting comfortable being the scatterbrain, and like this is one of the things I would treat with drinking, and I was just like. Now I just say, hey, I have social anxiety. So if I fly past you at the gym, we're all okay.
Yeah.
I just can't deal with
Yeah.
more than one person right now. And then I think now you don't think it's weird anymore.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But I think you definitely did react in the beginning. But anyone I meet that I'm intend on like spending more time with now or having in my life in some capacity, I just let them know. It's like I'm not always.
So
equipped
do you think social anxiety is very prevalent? Is that something that a lot of people deal with?
Yeah,
You do?
I do. I think people, for the younger people today, first, just to go back with alcohol, with drinking and drug use, I think it's been trivialized to the point where like nobody understands how problematic it is. You can't call it happy hour and think it's not an issue. If you're doing it every day, you're an alcoholic. And, blacking out and passing out in someone's garden isn't funny. Waking up in a stranger's home isn't funny. It's dangerous. These are things that like, I think I'm trying to, I feel bad for people today that won't sit in their discomfort. There's no time because you go so straight into teaching yourself the stress response of drinking because you start very young, isn't it? I think parents that tell their kids, if you'd like to try a drink, try it with me, are geniuses. That's what you should do. You should teach them tolerance.
That's what mine did.
And that's what you need to do because they're going to face it in the world with people that don't care remotely as much. And then it'll be their stress response because it feels good. For a second, it feels good. That's the truth. Drinking feels fantastic for like 15, 20 minutes, and then you have to do it again. Same thing if you're into cocaine, fuck. It's like you saw God. Shit never felt that good. And so when are you supposed to develop like a healthy stress response to anything? So my stress response is kind of fucked, especially for 10 years where I didn't have to feel anything for more than a second. Because God forbid there's a discomfort or I don't like a crowd. I can probably build my tolerance for crowd anxiety now. When I travel, I'm a bit smarter about it. I go early so that if there's a line or somebody's crying or whatever, like I can take my time with it. It's okay. I'm going to make the flight. It's okay. Or I'll go to the lounge early. I'll take a shower. Like I make sure I have the comforts that I need.
It's so crazy not having kids right now because like my kids are,
grown,
23 and 19, right? And I've had these conversations. One, I was like, 5 years ago or whatever it was, I'm horrible at the time, but there was a conversation that went kind of like this. Look, dude, I have done everything. Like you can't do something there's nothing you can bring to the table that's going to surprise me. If you keep an open line of communication with me and you're honest with me, there's zero issues. Yeah. Right?
And I can help.
Yeah, and I can help.
Yeah.
But what I don't want to happen is for you to land in trouble, right? I don't want you to start drinking and then wake up one day and find out that you can't, or start using drugs and then finding out that, oh, I like this one, but like
Absolutely.
I can help you keep your,
Yeah.
I'm not promoting it, but now the second conversation was, you can't do it.
Right.
Because you will die.
Yeah.
If you make the wrong decision, you will die. This is why people look, and I never talk about politics on these things, but if you're opposed to any kind of protection at the border that keeps drugs out of this country, you're a fucking idiot.
Agreed.
Like truly, you don't have kids and you don't understand, because I have sat through auditoriums where they, tell the kids at these schools that someone has died.
Right.
As a result of fentanyl. And if you don't know that it's coming across the border, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
it's like, I get the immigration argument, but we've got to keep these drugs out of our country, and especially the ones that are
100%.
being, cut with things that kill you. Right?
I don't even know how you do coke today. I have to
You
say,
can't.
like, you literally, like,
You can't.
I had the
And
best
I've seen
era.
it, by the way. Like, there's people doing it,
There's
so
100% people doing it, but it's I don't know how. I don't know what kind of risk taking people are doing today. I was definitely always self-destructive, but I don't know that I would mess with it if I knew how they were dropping like flies by one line.
it's disgusting. By the way, I'm sorry for dropping all these F-bombs. I know we're live, and you
I
can't
don't.
cut
You
it
know
out.
what? Kids do not listen to my podcast.
There's no children watching?
No.
Okay, good.
They should though.
Okay.
They should.
We can do a special episode for the children.
Oh God, can you imagine?
I
What
believe
would
the
that-
children are our future.
Oh God. Well, they are. They are. No. So again. So just back to that. These are. I'm learning how to talk to people again. Learning to be comfortable how to talk to people. I love the natural direction things take in a conversation. So that's why when you were asking me what are we going to talk about, I'm like, let's
No idea.
see what
Let's just
happens.
sit down, start talking.
Let's just see what
Let's
happens.
start with Holt.
Let's start with Holt.
Let's start with Holt.
Holt McCallany. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
He's
buddy.
going to fight me.
It's
That's going to be
It's
my promo. Yeah, no, I would want people to, I guess I'm creating an audience to do what I fear the most, which is to be seen forgetting words, forgetting my own thread in conversation and be mortified, because that happens to me a lot.
do it on stage. That's horrifying. Try forgetting your words on stage. Dear God.
What do you do? Call for a line?
You can't.
You just,
can't. It makes
what do you make it?
me-
You make
I-
something up?
This is why I don't do theater. I just, the idea of forgetting 3 pages of dialogue.
Oh no.
Can you imagine?
Oh no.
I mean, I know people do it and they do it successfully, but
what I can't imagine is the piano with piano. That's happened to me because I play the piano,
Yeah.
and I have memories of that.
of skipping pages.
Blanking on sections, and the thing is, what happens is, like, God forbid, if you forget one section, the whole thing's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing I've been training myself to do too. Like, okay, so I was in. Oh, we were just talking about when I was on a trip, right? It was the last one, though, not the recent one, but the one
Paris,
before that.
England.
Yes, I was in Venice, and then I was in Paris, and then I played at the Four Seasons. They have this gorgeous piano, and I said, can I play? I don't know what I was thinking, but so I went and I played. I blanked almost immediately. Someone's filming it, and so afterwards, when I saw it, I played it just fine. And
They didn't know.
well, I didn't know I was playing just fine.
Oh.
I played the first. It was really as I was playing, and then the first section was fine, and then I blanked. The panic I got. There's a crowd, not a crowd, but like there's enough people there. There's an audience, and it just got to me. I got so self-aware, so uncomfortable, and again, in sobriety, not to be like in sobriety, but it's true. These are things that you wouldn't think of it, but you take like a shot right before to calm your nerves or
I
whatever.
loved watching you play, by the way.
Did you? Thank you.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there. In my head, I wasn't there. I don't know where I go. I blank completely.
Are you're single, aren't you? Are you people? I mean,
Oh God, and psychotic.
Let's put it out there. I
And
mean,
psychotic.
you play piano, like you're a real catch.
Sober.
You know, sober.
So everything I say, I can't blame it on the booze.
Gym rat.
Gym rat. It's shifted to that. The addiction's shifted to that. But yet, learning to trust myself in those situations too. I'm terrified of all of these things that I'm doing. Like, I don't want people to see me fail. And it feels like a failure when I get angry. It feels like a failure when I forget what I'm talking about. And I've done so many times in the podcast.
So, here's an interesting thing. It's like, for actors, it's like, and I get like constantly asked for advice. Constantly.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Generally, they'll say, I'm thinking about doing this. How do I do it? I go, you got to study. And that's the end of the conversation.
Right.
Right, because everybody thinks it's super easy. You have to study. You can just become an actor.
Right,
just become one.
right.
And start, making a fortune. And
it's definitely never really taking that seriously until people see how
the minute
much
they hear
work.
that there's work involved, you
They're like,
lose them. You lose 90% of them.
That is an interesting.
Isn't that funny?
No,
Yeah.
you're such a good point because there's people that have gone. I mean, I'm blanking now. Watch that. I love movies. I should know these things. But there are actors that have gone into severe depression after certain dark roles because of the work.
So this is where I'm going. So you lose 90% of them
On that.
On that note.
Yeah.
But you have to actually do some work. Then this is why 2% actually make it, right? And then you lose a big chunk when because you have 10% that'll go, okay, I'm willing to do the work.
Yeah.
I want it that bad. But you lose a big chunk by when you also communicate that you have to be willing to fall on your face.
Right.
Right. You got to take risks that you're taking in front of 150 people, and you got to be willing to fail and learn and fail and learn and fail and learn and that's scary, right? Is what you were saying. It's like you taking these failing in front of people publicly, right?
Yeah.
And then the people that can can sort of allow themselves to fail publicly. Mm-hmm. And process the humiliation and turn that into a learning tool, right? And keep growing as an artist. Those are the people that make it, right? And it's in the meeting. It's the minute you walk in the door in the meeting, right? I'm telling my kids this right now because my son's out of film school. We just had a huge talk about it.
He directed you in something.
Yeah, he did. He's amazing.
He's in the business too.
He's so talented. But we're talking about your first impression when you walk into a room and they see you for the first time, right? And these are people that are investing, let's say, $5 million in some independent movie, and they're looking for a director, and you're on a short list, and but they want a return on their investment,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
So there's the business side of it. So you got to present yourself in a way that exudes confidence.
Yeah.
And
that you're
money,
willing to work,
and an ROI, right? But they know you're creative. You're on a short list, right? So the lie is the fear of failure, being willing to fail, lying through your teeth, so that they don't know that you're failing while you're failing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. I totally got that. Yes.
It's like you can't go on to set and fail and then crumble and start crying in front of everybody because I've failed. And you have to still do the job.
Yeah.
They have to believe that you're not failing, that you're succeeding.
You're like,
right?
I got it. Yeah.
But you're failing. It's such a mind fuck.
You have to be so resilient, huh? I would imagine, because there's a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Aside from actually doing the work and developing the character within yourself and all these things, there's also that face that you have to show of professionalism to people that don't quite necessarily understand how much work is going into trying to actually create this person within you and bring them into life, and then the failing, but don't look like you're failing until you finally do get it. And I don't know. I think it's
I've had two moments while filming that were terrifying. Like, and this is after having worked with everybody, like George Clooney and Michael Bay and Guillermo del Toro,
Yeah.
But I'll shoot like twice. I've like got nervous.
Yeah.
On set, filming, which is really foreign to me. I really don't
Getting
get nervous.
nervous is foreign.
Yeah, but when it happens, it's like, and it was. The nerves came not because I was insecure about what I was doing. It was more about being. It's interesting, like taking a job that was beneath me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like having my world close in on me, like, oh my God, I'm losing the battle.
Right.
It was my own personal thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not an insecurity about my talent.
Yeah.
But oof, and trying to fight through that so people don't see you.
Yeah.
And like, but it's like
while doing the job, you're dealing with that
while the cameras are rolling,
Fuck.
like I you know what, the exact same feeling was when I first got in a fight. I was on a schoolyard. It was the first fight I ever gotten into.
Yeah.
And I had red hair, so these guys used to pick on me a lot.
Gingers are very popular today. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah, are they?
They're trending on TikTok.
Yeah, how you like me now? But I got schooled, you know. Like this guy just beat the shit out of me. But I remember like everything started going slow motion.
Yeah.
And I was getting hit, boom, and I was coming back, and I'd get hit again, boom, and it was all slow motion, and it was tunnel vision, right? And that's what happened on set, and it was like on camera, and you have to just fight through it, you know.
That's
shit that people don't talk about, because I know people go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't even know how we ended up talking about that.
No, I love that.
Yeah,
it's that kind of podcast. No, I like
social anxiety. Maybe that's what it was.
It is though. It sounds like social anxiety, but it also sounds like this might sound horrible, but it sounds like there's a split that happens like in you where you're like, okay, this is happening and I can't stop it and I have to find a way.
Yeah, I mean it's not something regular, but it's definitely happened. Yeah, you know.
I guess when you don't catch it and you can't like
failing. That's what we were.
Yeah, we were talking about failing.
Yeah.
And exactly. And like, what is this about? And it's me doing what I perceive as failure a lot, which is when I lose a thread, and even now in a conversation, like I'm learning to be fine with that. I'm like, all right, let's talk about something else then. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, you know. But I kept myself in such a box before that nobody's allowed to see any of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we got into that, where it's kind of interesting that you said it's rare, but when it does happen, that there's that ability to panic quietly internally.
Yeah.
So while you're like, I'm doing that, I got this, and you're like, oh,
you know,
fuck.
it's also like I can tell you, like, you know, when everybody has this misconception. Well, maybe it's not a misconception, but like from certain age, you know, in this business, at a certain age, you have to look a certain way. You know, like everybody, like you see a lot of actors kind of on screen doing this kind of thing with their lips. It's like this fucking, you know, blue steel thing that, you know,
blue steel.
You know what I mean? And it's like they get locked into it, and it's literally all they can do. But giving those things up and giving up the idea, like I just recently did a movie where I played this guy that's much older than me, you know, that has cancer, that, you know, was breaking down. But I had to age, and like aging in Hollywood is dangerous, right?
But more forgiving in men, no?
I think more forgiving, but like, but being able to just go, fuck it. My beard's white.
It's very liberating,
Fuck
isn't
it. I'm gonna embrace it. I don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? It's so liberating.
Yeah. And also, it opens like a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Are we singing a whole new?
What's that song? Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, Aladdin. We're singing Aladdin.
There goes my military fans. There goes all my fans.
I love that.
They're like, why does he know the words to that?
Exactly. This is what happens when you actually love all things storytelling and theater.
The last thing I did in my career was Haley's podcast.
Ending careers.
That's right.
Come on, that's power right here.
That is powerful.
I think this was kind of it. This was very cool. I loved it.
I
It was
loved it.
so relaxed,
Yeah.
and that's what I want. Yeah, I'm just learning to be a person outside of how I thought I
We
needed to
all
be.
are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's and I appreciate it. You're kind of a cool part of this journey too. I think
Thank you.
I've met you right before I got sober, maybe just about. So without knowing it, you've seen a lot of those changes. I think I've less social anxiety now at the gym.
You seem it, yeah.
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 But I also got more comfortable, I think, with you. Also,
Yeah,
the more
yeah.
you know, not just in any other way than just talking to people.
Yeah.
More. I think I was always told
You were a little awkward at first. I did notice that.
I'm like, what do I say?
Yeah.
What comes next?
Yeah.
After hi.
Like, well, maybe you shouldn't like me.
I'm like, no. I would text you after. I always text. I'm like, hey. Sorry about that. I get anxious.
No, I never.
But I mean,
But you do
only
seem much more
a little calmer.
yeah.
Yeah, it's helpful. So I think that's what I want people to see. Like I've written what I feel is a really good book, not because it's so genius in all its writing. It's from my journaling from sobriety, and I got to my thoughts are in there. I took my time with them, and I learned to think.
Yeah.
And take my time with things.
Yeah.
And what I like and don't like now, and what made me so anxious before, and I think this part of it, I would have, if I had a I do have a choice, but somebody suggested it's smart to just grow an audience this way. And I was like, well, shit, I'm going to be so awkward in the podcast. And they're like, that's great. Do that. Bring people that you can talk to.
And you also are sharing your journey and your victories and your failures, and it's super important because people.
That's what I want people to see.
People don't do that.
That's what I want people to.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have a choice. Like when you get the decision to get sober from like a place where I could have gotten away with it. I could have gotten away with like I'm not a bad looking girl. I could go to happy hours for free for all eternity. I could get my drugs for free.
Sure.
Like it's
I wish I could. Yeah.
and you could get away with just forfeiting your giving up your brain, but I could feel myself getting dumb. I could feel myself not being able to form sentences, and that's a problem. Yeah. It's very problematic. So I think I want people to understand that if you're in a place where you don't want to do those things, you probably don't do those things. It's okay to be awkward. It's okay. Be weird, be awkward. Talk to people that let you talk and let you skip topics on a whim, and they're like, I guess I forgot too, and that's okay. Like I'm learning to be more comfortable in the process of getting back from like a learned in behavior and response to stress, and which to me, like as I was drugs and alcohol for a long time, it's weird. I feel like a newborn. I feel awkward, and what people probably think is a very normal situation. So I'm grateful for the people in my life like you and the community at Gold's Gym and everywhere else that I've like taken the time to develop friendships that are kind and healthy and supportive, that I can just be nervous there and figure out how to navigate through things. And it's okay. It's weird. You'll feel like a baby, but it's like I'm so much better, so much healthier. I sleep better. I'm more productive. I play the piano again. I'm traveling again.
Yeah.
I'm doing things that I really love again, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So thanks for being a part of that. And
Well, thanks for sharing your story. You should share her story, people. Let's get this out there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's it. It's a wrap, sir.
I love it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
I'll see you at the gym.
Yeah.
Make it small.
And pancakes. Hello, darlings. This is my next guest. Hi.
Hi, I'm here, I think.
Go. I'm leaving.
Fantastic. No.
See you. Bye. Mwah. Great to meet you, man. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Where do I go?
I'm opening the door for you.
Big door?
Do you want me to cut it
Yeah,
off?
the
Or
black door.
keep it
You
on?
can stop it. Yeah, I'll bring the next guest.